All right.
A little bit of a change up.
Welcome to maybe the first episode of Zane's Wrestling Recall. I'm trying something different. I decided I want to do more videos, but it's hard to figure out what to do. I mean, right now, there's not much news that's going on in wrestling. It's not. And with TNA doing repeats, WWE doing basically recorded stuff and repeats, there isn't not much content. And after what happened with World's End, which I will say again, it was not a bad show, but it was not good. It was not good. Other people loved it, but honestly, it had major issues. Particularly MJF coming out, kissing the diamond... You see, I'm getting angry. The Dynamite Diamond ring that he should not have ownership of because Bandito has it now.
I'll say that again.
MJF won the championship away from Samoa Joe. He beat Hangman Page along with Swerve, but he came out with the damn Dynamite Diamond ring around his finger, which he shouldn't be having. That's bullshit. But this is something a little different. After that fiasco called World's End, that's for me. Everybody else have different opinions. Many people liked it. Other people loved it. I don't remember what JD and what did JD and Jesse said. There was a lot of gaps for them. They were not 100% happy. Alex seemed to like it a lot. Everyone's different. But after that, for the last day or two, I've been thinking, I want to do some more videos, but something like that is not making me happy. Then I had an idea. Why not do a review of a match? It doesn't have to be connected to any storylines, unless it is. Or it doesn't have to be connected to any important promotion. It could be any promotion. But it had to be, and this is a thing that's going to be very difficult, it had to be on YouTube, already released by somebody. Either WWE released it, TNA released it, NWA released it, GCW. I'm not really going to do much GCW. If I ever do, I'll maybe do very briefly. But it has to come from some promotion. It doesn't matter if it's a recent match or if it's 30 years old, just to get a good review of it. If, after I look at it a couple of times, of course, because I got to review it. And if there's any information, if I remember it or if I don't remember it, what was the quality of the match? The people who were involved, if they were people I recognize or not, or you recognize yourself. Something that would give us some type of interaction. That would be fun. That you could say, oh, I heard about that match well before my time, but I heard it's really good, but I never thought there was you could ever see it. If I find it, I will leave a connection in the description, not in the description, but maybe in the comments. I'll leave it either in the description or the comment. I'm not deciding which one yet. Maybe it would be better to leave it in the description because I don't have to worry about pinning it, but possibly the comments will probably be better. But you watch it, take a look at what I said, and then leave a comment on what you think. Something different, where it is we both watch the same thing, and instead of just hearing me say, well, this is what happened, why not look at it? So, after talking almost 4 minutes to explain myself, other than complaining about AEW and MJF kissing the Dynamite Diamond ring
That he shouldn't have had ownership of because Bandito won it.
Bandito won it. I'll say that again.
Bandito won the damn Dynamite Diamond ring. Why at World's End is he walking out with it?
Try to justify that, anybody. Again. But this is going to be about, and you should see the image, well, actually it will be on my right side. It is a match from TNA. It's a match from August 22nd, 2024, I believe. It should be. And this match happened on Impact. Jonathan Gresham versus a Charlie Dempsey. From what I understand, this is the first time they met one another. Not just in TNA, but I don't think they ever met each other in the Indies. You got Jonathan Gresham, as you already know, who has been around for many, many years. And when it comes to Charlie Dempsey, who is the son of William Regal, who has made a name for himself to a certain extent. He hasn't gone to the main roster yet, but eventually he will. The question is going to be, what will he be? But this is not about if there's a story or not. This is about the match itself. Now, always when people talk about matches, they say the spots, you got to have the spots. It's not about spots here. This match was very unique that you normally do not see on American wrestling. In America, you don't normally see it because this was British, European, catch-as-catch-can wrestling. In other words, it's almost like grapple wrestling, where if you can grab the person by their wrists, by their fingers, by their toes, by their ear, whatever you can grab to try and get the advantage, that is how you try to beat the opponent. Now, for me personally, because I did not grow up with British wrestling, I've grown up with British comedy. I've grown up with British drama. I've grown up with British action. I've grown up with British sci-fi, which is the thing I grew up the most with. If anybody knows Blake Seven from the 70s and 80s, Doctor Who from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, Thunderbirds, that one too. You got, what was it? J90. I mean, that was in America, but they also did a little bit there. The Saint, a whole bunch of different things to watch. So I grew up with all that, but I never actually grew up watching any pro wrestling from Europe. Not at all. And I'm glad that in the late 2010s, 2020s, I finally got the option to watch it. And Charlie Dempsey and Jonathan Gresham legitimately just gave us that match, which you'll see either in the comments or the description. I think the comments. What catch-as-catch-can wrestling at its core was doing. Now, the fans were not into it at first. They weren't. They were just seeing them doing a lot of holds. But as time went on, these two set up a spectacle. As, what was it? Matthew Rinwald was saying a tactical spectacle. He kept repeating it over and over again with Tom. And it was stupid, but it was understandable. You don't normally see this style of wrestling in America, or better yet, you don't see this style of wrestling, period, much. Honestly, when you see the style of wrestling now, you see Japanese strong style or Japanese high-flying wrestling. You see lucha libre, a lot of it. And then you see a lot of what's going on in America, which is a lot of hard-hitting type of matches, but with a lot of storytelling. This was just pure catch-as-catch-can wrestling. Yes, there was a little bit of flair when it came to... let me give it to you like this. When Charlie Dempsey got both his arms pinned behind his back, when Jonathan Gresham put his leg between it in his back of his shoulder blades, where he could not move them at first, he smacked his hand to get the fans into it, and the fans did get into it. They really did like what they were watching. For me personally, seeing that it wasn't just grabbing the opponent and just putting them into a hold, you literally had to see who was trying to pin the other. It is extremely rare to see a match where psychology was very prevalent, but the wrestling made the psychology 10 times better, because you don't see people doing holds much anymore. What do we get in WWE? We get a lot of rest holds now. Have you noticed that? They've been doing a lot of rest holds. Now, mind you, they've begun to move away from that and become more like AEW when they're in the mood to do it. But they don't do this style of wrestling either. And when you look at Charlie, when he's on NXT, he doesn't get the option to do this either. Yes, he has tried to incorporate some of the catch-as-catch-can wrestling that he normally does. And like when he went up against Joe Henry, when he went up against Lexis King, when he went up against, of course, Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne and more than a few people, he tries to incorporate as much of the catch-as-catch-can wrestling as he can, but let's be honest, you can't do it. He can't do that type of style there because not many people can keep up with him. It's obvious, unless it's a European wrestler who's the best they could be, and you could say Ilya Dragunov, but Dragunov is not a catch-as-catch-can wrestling type of person. It's just obvious that they have very few people who can do that. Tyler Bates might be one of the few people who could do that with him. But I remember when he was on the roster, and I haven't seen him in a very long time, he didn't really do a lot of it. And not even McDonough didn't do much of it, and Finn Balor didn't do much of it. Charlie's the only one that's doing it. So this is truly a match that I truly believe is one of the rare individual matches that you can say that an old style of type of grapple wrestling literally got you excited. Now, by the time it was over, you did see that Charlie had to get put into a knot to finally get pinned by Jonathan Gresham. They only had literally one physical punch or kick. Well, not kick, but literally when he got tackled. Charlie got tackled by Jonathan Gresham. That was the only physical thing. They'd just been trying to outperform each other. And once Charlie got pinned, instead of it being friendly like it was in the very opening of the match where both of them shook hands, Charlie got pissed and they started, he just hit him. And this is the thing that got me so pissed off. Because when I saw this, I thought, okay, could they actually give us a feud between Charlie and Jonathan? Now, if you remember, Jonathan Gresham was doing an angle where he got sick with COVID and he started spitting up black ink because the dark octopus existed. I didn't think it was good, but I thought at least they were trying something different. But they just dropped it like a hot potato. It just didn't work. But I thought this would have been a good feud. This would have been something that at TNA Plus show I would have loved to see again. That Charlie had gotten beaten by Jonathan. He could not stand it. Jonathan showed up on NXT. As he was at NXT, he got beaten up by not just Charlie Dempsey, but also Tavion Heights and maybe Miles Bourne. They were heels at the time, if I remember correctly. No. Miles Bourne had just decided he wanted to leave at that time. I do believe that might be correct. It's kind of hard to remember. But I would have wanted to see them to have another match. I wanted to see them at an Impact Plus show. No, either Impact Plus show or TNA. No. I keep getting TNA Plus and Impact Plus still mixed up. Sorry. I'm an old man. I'm dumb. But I would have liked to see them on one of the themed TNA Plus shows. Or, better yet, put it on Slammiversary, where they would put on a spectacle again that they could have easily had shocked everyone at how good Catch Can Wrestling can be if you focus on it. But that was just me. That's how I felt. It was sad they didn't go there. But now, what do you think? I don't want you to just comment immediately. Watch this, then go and watch the match. Watch it a couple of times to see how you really feel about the match. What did you like the most? What type of holds you like? Did you like Jonathan smacking Charlie Dempsey's hand to make people clap? And then Charlie trying to mess up his MCL with his arm when he was trying to get free of his arms being pinned behind his back. Tell me what you think. I hope you enjoy this. This is still a big question if this is going to be something. Zane's Wrestling Recall. I think that's the best name to call it. Give me an idea. Peace.